In a clinical trial of allergy medicine, 3,306 allergy sufferers were randomly assigned to either a medicine or group or placebo group. So they were randomly assigned, so the person doesn't know which person is going where. Are they taking medicine or they are taking placebo? Okay. So it was reported that 49 out of 1657 individuals in the medicine group. So in medicine group, total 1657 people were there. 49 out of them, we'll see which characteristics they are asking, and 31 out of 1649 individuals in placebo group experienced dry mouth as a side effect. So what is the characteristic? That they are experiencing dry mouth after medicine or placebo. That is the characteristic they've been asked. What type of experimental design is this? So it's not matched pair, right? The person who's taking placebo doesn't have anything to do with the person who's taking medicine. It's not a randomized block, they are just randomly assigned. So it is completely randomized design. Okay. What is the response variable? Response variable is answer to the question. Answer to the question is, are they experiencing dry mouth or not? Is whether or not a subject experiences dry mouth. It's not quantitative, it's qualitative. So either they're gonna be saying, yes, I experienced dry mouth or no. So two possible outcomes. Qualitative, qualitative because it's categorizing, right? And two possible outcomes. What is explanatory variable? Explanatory is input, right? What's the input? Are they taking medicine or placebo? So explanatory variable is what type of drug they are taking, medicine or placebo. It has two outcomes, two possible out levels. So welcome. Okay, is the clinical trial double blind? What does that mean? That means that when they're giving medicine, it's completely randomized, right? Not the person knows that he's taking medicine or placebo, not the assigning person doesn't know that which person is taking medicine. They're just randomly dividing people into two groups. So neither the subject nor the individual monitoring the subject knows if the subject is receiving medicine or placebo. So that's why it is called double blind clinical trial. Okay. Why is it important to have placebo group? So what is select all that apply? So fewer people are harmed. We don't want to harm anyone, right? So that's not the correct answer. Any effect due to behavior is eliminated. I don't think so. Money is saved. We are not concerned about the money saved here. There is a baseline. So the placebo is like something which doesn't have any medical effect. It's like not medicine, just a simple flavored something to replace the medicine, right? So the other answer is any effect due to psychosomatic behavior is eliminated, right? So because we're not talking about money saving, we're not talking about fear people harming. We don't want anybody to have any psychotic behavior. So that's why we are doing this option. Okay, let's look at now actual problem, the null testing. Does the sample evidence suggest that the proportion of individuals experiencing dry mouth is greater for those who taking? So this is the you are telling you the claim that the experiencing dry mouth is greater for those who are taking medicine. So the medicine group is the first group. Group let's just write it here. Group 1 is the medicine group. Group 2 is for the placebo group, right? So what we want to analyze that is P1 more than P2. That is what we want to test. So null hypothesis has to be P1 equal to P2. So this is this. And we want to check if P1 is more than P2. That's your test. How do we test that? For that, we need to calculate test statistic. So we can calculate test statistic by, because it's a proportion problem, and there are two populations which we're talking about. So 2 proportion z test. That's what we're going to do. Number 6 for the test statistic. X1 was 49 out of 1657 people were given the medicine, and 49 claimed that they had dry mouth. And 31 out of 1649 people who were given placebo, they said that they had dry mouth. And the test is to check if P1 is more than P2. So we have all that in. Now we press calculate, and this Z value is test statistic here. So what do we write? We write 2.01, two decimals, so 2.0. Let's round it up to two digits, 2. So that is test statistic. They're going to also ask you the p-value. P-value is this p written here on the calculator screen. We have to round it up to 3 decimal places, so it's 0.022 because I'm rounding to third digit. Okay, what do you see? The p-value is less than alpha, so we are going to reject H naught. So we are saying that the p-value is 0.022, which is less than alpha because alpha was given to be 0.05, right? That means what? That we need to reject H naught because p value is less than alpha. So we can reject H naught. If we reject H naught, what happens? This is your H naught. This is your H1. We are rejecting H naught. That means we are accepting H1. So there has to be sufficient evidence to say that P1 is more than P2. There is sufficient evidence at this level of significance to conclude that proportion of individuals who are taking medicine experience dry mouth is greater than the proportion of individuals taking placebo experiencing dry mouth. Okay, so that is it for question number 11.